E.N.D here. Bloomburrow is a plane where the spirit of friendship and generosity reigns supreme. Our adorable heroes are even willing to give gifts to those who oppose them, only to get something in return. Gift is a keyword ability representing an additional cost. The additional cost is that you may promise an opponent a gift as you cast a spell with this mechanic. This is optional, and if you have more than one opponent, you choose one and only one of them at most. Each card with gift has additional or alternative effects if the gift was or wasn't promised. But how do you play gift? Let's build our battlefield and let's put a slick shot on my opponent's side and a vindicator on my side. And let's cast Parting Gust. Parting Gust, 2 white, instant, gift a tapped fish. Exile target non-talking creature. If the gift wasn't promised, return that creature to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. When you cast a spell with gift, you may or may not promise an opponent the gift. The promise is the additional cost. In our case, if we promise our opponent the gift, we'll exile their non-talking creature. If we don't promise the gift, we can exile instead our creature. That creature will return to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. Obviously, in the case of Parting Gust, it's not feasible to target an opponent's creature unless you are swinging for the win. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm casting Parting Gust, promising my opponent a fish. Any spell with the gift mechanic is a normal spell. Therefore, when casted, it will go on the stack. There can be a counter, there can be a response. Nothing happens and Parting Gust resolves, exiling my opponent's creature, giving them their gift, the tapped 1/1 fish. Some notes: as you cast a permanent spell with gift, you can promise the gift to an opponent if you want. When the permanent enters the battlefield, the chosen opponent receives the gift. As you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you can promise the gift to an opponent if you want. Then the spell's other effects happen. Know that if a spell has targets, those targets are chosen long before any gifts are given, so that gifts, should they happen to be newly created tokens, can't be those targets. However, the tokens will be on the battlefield for any other untargeted effect the spell may have. For all cards with gift, permanent and otherwise, the spell must resolve for the gift to be received. For permanent spells, if the spell doesn't resolve, the permanent never enters the battlefield, so its targeted ability never triggers. For instants and sorceries, if the spell is countered or its target becomes illegal, none of its effects will happen, including the gift. The tokens that can be created by a gift ability are predefined as part of the ability's rule. Gift a tapped fish has specific meaning in those rules, so fish isn't really being used as a creature type in that context. So that is how you play gift. It's an interesting mechanic considering that you are giving your opponents gifts, but in return you are receiving a better effect. Leave a comment below, what do you think about this new mechanic? And as always, subscribe for my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world. I'm out.